There's no better time to find out what Mazda can offer you than right now. Get 0.9% financing for 60 months on the new 24 Mazda CX-50, named an IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus Award winner. Save thousands on your new Mazda right now at Team Mazda on Airline.
Welcome to it, everybody. 9 News now on WAFB Plus. Just past the 7 o'clock hour on that Thursday morning of yours. If you're with us for the back end of 9 News this morning on the mothership there, we were talking a little bit of wrestling, professional wrestling, coming back to the 225. I don't know if you knew this, but Steve Caparata, back in his day, one of those actually backyard wrestlers, you know, guys that like would jump off of the rooftops onto like tables below. He actually did this for now. You had like a nick? What was the nickname? It was like Dr. Thunder. No, Dr. Thunder's the soda. It was like Dr. Lightning was the name. Are you still doing that?
No, that was the nickname. I'd come off the roof with a couple of 2 liters in hand. And then, here comes the Thunder, baby.
You were sponsored by Dr. Thunder. Oh my God! The fact that what was the last time you did that? The fact that you survived all that stuff. When was the last time you jumped off the rooftop?
Yesterday.
You are an amazing man. Do you get the girls involved? Are they out there like watching?
No, wait, I don't need child protective services.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
No.
That'd be crazy. Did you ever go to, so wrestling is coming back. Matt Venezia was live this morning in Gonzales. That's kind of fun. Did you ever go to any of the wrestlings back in the day?
No, look, you know, Greg Merriweather and I, way back in the day, were roommates. Greg is the big wrestling fan in the building.
No
yes,
kidding.
Oh, without a doubt.
Does he have a nickname?
We got to come up with one, huh?
We should.
We got to like kind of have some kind of play on street beat somehow.
There you go. Yeah, I got some ideas.
Street beat with the beat down.
Oh man, see there we go. There we go. We'll get him out there, maybe off the ladder. I tell you what, Dr. Sun, holy cow! Look at this thing go to work behind you.
Yeah, we got plenty of sunshine outside this morning, and it's really going to go to work this weekend. So that's a live look from our Sky 9 camera in Port Allen, brought to you by Our Lady of the Lake. Temperatures right now, Baton Rouge, Gonzales 78, same in Patterson, New Road 75, so mostly in the mid to upper 70s. It'll warm up pretty quickly through the morning, right around 90 at noon. We'll go with a high of 93, partly cloudy, and today's rain chances about 30%. Still breezy outside, winds out of the east at about 10 to 15 with some gusts into the 20s. I don't think the wind will be quite as strong today, but still noticeable. All right, Alberto is officially in as of the inland, I should say, as of the 7 a.m. advisory, moving quickly into Mexico this morning. That also means it should be weakening pretty quickly. As it pulls away, it's taking a lot of the tropical moisture with it. Winds were 45 miles per hour at 7, but that will diminish pretty quickly here through the day as it starts to hit some mountainous terrain in Mexico. Now, in our part of the world, one of the bigger impacts from Alberto, even though it stayed well to our south, has been some coastal flooding. We've had persistent easterly winds the last several days, strong at times, and that's causing water to pile up through Lake Pontchartrain into Maurepas, and now some of the rivers backing up like the Amite and the Tickfaw, the lower reaches. So we have a coastal flood warning in the dark green, and because of those rises on the Amite and Tickfaw, both Ascension and Livingston parishes closing waterways to recreational boat traffic. We've got a coastal flood advisory along the coast itself. So Alberto is headed inland, but the tropics not done just yet. There's another little wave that's moving from Central America that'll come across the Yucatan into the southern Gulf that could spur additional development. There's also a system east of Florida. First off, in the southern Gulf, development odds now listed at 50%. I think it's a pretty good chance we'll get another system this weekend, but also this one probably going to take a similar path, so staying well south of us. And the system east of Florida showing some signs of life this morning. Development odds have been bumped up to 40%. Not really a concern, not part of the world. That one should head inland into the southeastern U.S. Back here at home, heat's going to be the big story this weekend. 93 for high today, but Friday through Sunday, I've got 96s lining up. We could sneak into the upper 90s. Rain chances 20 to 30% through the weekend. The heat index could get above 105. Be careful with that. Next week, rain chances rebound a little bit, 40 to 50%, but still going to be hot with highs in the low to mid-90s. 7:07. Let's get a check now on your Thursday morning drive with John.
We got a wreck with some pretty ugly backups on Highland Road near Woodley Drive, and that's going to be a little stretch of Highland between the interstate and Burbank. You can see it right there, and you can see that backup. There's a little bit more traffic than that. It's actually in the red zone in some spots of that on Highland Road. Second wreck, not seeing any evidence of backup associated with it. Little icon's in the wrong place. It's going to be right around here on I-10 East near Essen and Bluebonnet. Here's I-10 at the Bluebonnet area. This is facing toward Bluebonnet. There's the Blue Cross Blue Shield facility, and on that side of the interstate, that's the Best Buy. We'll look at that from another vantage point. I-10 eastbound looks good this morning in that area. Drive times are fine. 17 now coming out of Juban to the 1012 out of Denham Springs, and then only 5 or 6 to the downtown area. Slowest traffic between College Drive and the Dalrymple City Park Lakes area. Bridge traffic is also slowing just a little bit as you come off the bridge and merge with 110 in Baton Rouge on 10 East. 7:08, more from WAFB and 9 News this morning. Some of the top headlines you might have missed. Matt Williams will take care of those right after a short break. Stay with us.
Welcome back to it, everybody. 7:09 your time on that Thursday morning. Let's get into some of the headlines that we're following for you this morning, including, look, we just heard from Dr. Steve, right? Yeah, the tropical storm officially making landfall into Texas and Mexico there. It does have some impact on us. Look here, Ascension Parish, Livingston Parish, waterways are closed there because the water levels continuing to rise, closed to recreational traffic, and that's until further notice. We'll, of course, let you know, going forward when that is lifted. But again, if you're out there boating around, shouldn't be. Sandbags at a few different locations you saw right there as well. State Police keeping an eye on some rising water levels. The possibility, the further south you go, more problems you potentially could have. Grand Isle, always one of those spots. This is actually a photo taken earlier yesterday, in fact, as the water levels began to rise. Here's what you can do to kind of keep track of all this. 511, right? Now, you can dial up 511. You can get the website, 511la.org. There's also the 511 app. I'm literally looking at it right now, and they've got just a ton of stuff, like a ton of stuff, like all these different locations. Any problem area that you might have, don't zoom in on my face. Any problem area that you might think could be an issue, it's all right there. 511.l or 511la.org. Use the app as well. It's going to be kind of critical going forward as some folks may be dealing with some of that high water down there. Other headlines for you this morning. I want to make sure you know about this. Baton Rouge, they've got a little public workshop happening today about the airport. And so they want to kind of know your ideas when it comes to maybe see some improvements, that kind of thing, what you would like to see happening. They've got a couple of public meetings going on today and tomorrow. There you see the timing. The one today is the ExxonMobil YMCA. It's Howell Boulevard. If you've got some ideas or some questions or some suggestions about the Baton Rouge Airport, what you'd like to see, again, that's going on today and tomorrow. They'd love to hear from you. Going on very soon, you saw this? Baton Rouge edition of Monopoly. What? Really? No kidding. Actually, at the Old State Capitol on North Boulevard, the Monopoly guy himself is going to be there. So what should be a part of the Baton Rouge edition of Monopoly? What should be on the board game? Share your input today at 3 o'clock. That'd be kind of cool. Also, getting you out there for what's going on today. We should very soon have a grand jury convening to talk about what needs to happen in this case here moving forward. We're talking about the deadly murder and abduction cases involving 2 now arrested suspects. Victoria Cox and Daniel Callahan. What happens here moving forward with this investigation? Well, we've talked with the district attorney's office out there. They're going to have something to say after the grand jury decides what needs to happen moving forward. We'll let you know ultimately what they decide and, of course, what the next steps are here. But, man, a lot of folks with eyes on this one. Speaking of eyes on it, depending on where your child goes to school, well, actually, it doesn't depend on where your child goes to school. Every public school in Louisiana, the classroom is now going to be required to put up the 10 Commandments. That's the governor right there signing that bill into law just recently, just yesterday. So that actually made national headlines. Louisiana, the first state to do that. Also coming out recently from the state capitol, is there a need for a special session involving insurance? Insurance Commissioner Tim Temple saying he would very much like to see one. Is there an appetite for that right now among lawmakers? A lot of folks say not so much. We'll see where they end up going with that. Also, where do they end up going with East Baton Rouge school superintendent search? We've been following this along. They had better than 15 candidates to get going. They announced their semifinalists earlier this week. We're now coming down to the finalists. They're expected to name 3 finalists, and then they want to have this person named by July. So that's right around the corner. We'll see ultimately what happens there. But yeah, there's been a lot of attention. East Baton Rouge school superintendent search. Oh, by the way, 53rd birthday for Southwest Airlines. You know what that means, Steve? $53 tickets.
All right.
Where are we going?
I don't know.
We just had the same question. Where are we headed?
Hawaii?
Hawaii for $53? Yeah, you're right.
We're just wishing it into existence, right?
Johnny, where do you want to go? Where are you?
Key West, but I don't know if they go there anymore.
You don't know if they go there anymore?
I don't know if Southwest.
Well,
to
probably
Key West.
Miami, and then you got to make the long drive.
Well, I
right?
don't think. I think it's American now that.
Oh, really?
Key West.
Okay.
Yeah, but I've never gotten a $59 fare on Southwest ever.
How about 53?
Never.
That either.
Never. It's not going to happen.
Our news director, they had another sale going on like in the last week or so. Our news director, Rob Hayes, was showing us some of the crazy prices you could get. Yeah.
Well, he could get those crazy prices. We call it Hayes travel. Yeah, he's got the crazy travel price. He can get anything.
From New Orleans to Billings, Montana, maybe.
Hey, that's a good spot. Don't knock on Billings. Montana's fantastic. What was your nickname wrestling, by the way?
What was my nickname?
Here we go.
Little sissy boy. Little sissy girl. I promise.
If you're ready for a do-it-all vehicle with smooth handling and smart interior styling, look no further than the new 2024 Honda CR-V. Once again named a Car and Driver's 10 Best Trucks and SUV list. Come save on your new CR-V right now at Louisiana's #1 Honda dealer, Team Honda.